Hi, I'm Scott Humphrey, and this is Leadership Live. Last week, I hope you get a chance to tune into a new segment I'm doing called A Leader's Journey. If you did not, I encourage you to go to WFCA.org and watch the interview I did with Howard Brodsky, co-CEO of CCA Global, an amazing man. In the midst of that, Howard shared some of the trials and challenges he had faced in becoming a leader of impact. It's really got me thinking about how I am thankful I'm not defined by the negative experiences in my life. How I'm thankful I'm not defined by the negativity around me, by the world around me. But I get to choose my attitude, and I get to choose whether I will be a winner or a loser. You can't make me that. Years ago, I worked at Shaw Industries, and one of my friends there, he's still a dear friend, I don't get to see him enough, was a gentleman by the name of Matt Donahue. Matt had an opportunity to be defined by an injury. When he was a young boy, he was out picking up limbs in the yard. His brother was riding a lawnmower. It had rained the night before, and Matt slipped, and his leg went under that riding lawnmower. And the doctor said they needed to amputate. Matt's dad would not agree to that. In fact, I still believe it's the only time this operation was ever done, but they took the calf muscle and wrapped it up around his knee. And basically from the knee down, he is skin over bone. So many times we have things happen in our life that we can let define us, but we get to choose whether we allow that to be the case. Matt's parents would not allow him to be defined by the injury. They did not allow the amputation to take place. In fact, Matt tells me that within a year, he was back catching. Imagine catching on a leg with that type of injury. But further, Matt was not defined by that in his childhood because he went on to pitch at North Carolina State, and Matt went on to pitch for the Florida Marlins. I think about opportunities and experiences like this with people who have been embracing challenges in their life, challenges with COVID, challenges with the business and how it's been impacted. Do not let life around you define you. You have a choice. Years ago, I heard the story of a young man by the name of Adam Bender up in Lexington, Kentucky. Adam was an avid baseball player as a young man. He loved softball, he loved football, and he loved wrestling. In fact, in later years, he was the number 3 wrestler in the state. It may have gotten even better, but some of the news clips I saw say that he was ranked 3rd in the state. What's unique about Adam is when he was born, they found a lump on his leg, and they went through a year of treatments, but the cancer, the lump, continued to persist, and so they took the advice of the doctors and they had his leg removed. But Adam refused to be defined by that. His parents refused to let him use that as an excuse. So many people have negative experiences happen in their life and they choose to be defined by that. They live on the excuse when in reality you have an opportunity to go beyond that. And so much of it is in our minds. I challenge you, do not be defined by the negativity. I recently read a quote from a young man who had interviewed his grandfather for a research paper. And he said, "Granddad, how do you define success?" He said, "If you want to be a success, young man, you need to read something nobody else is reading, think something nobody else is thinking, and do something nobody else is doing." That's success. Because in your mind, you have the ability to determine whether you will let the world wait on you or whether you will conquer the world. As a leader, it is my prayer and my hope that not only you embrace winning, but you teach others how to win too. When you're doing that, when you have the right attitude, then you're ready to go out there and lead.